Good morning, Crockett families. This is Dr. Thomas with your morning announcements. I know it looks a little bit different than what you're used to as far as our morning announcements, but we do want to still try to maintain some normalcy in this unknown as we start the at-home learning. Today's announcements will be kind of a kickoff for the at-home learning, so hopefully you're getting to see this sometime during the day. We know it may not be the very first thing you see in the morning, but we're going to post these each day to our Facebook page, just as our morning announcements. And they'll be similar to what we do at school on campus each morning, maybe with a few different announcements specifically for parents or guardians who are helping our kids as we do this, again, this at-home learning. And just kind of a reminder that we're all in this together. We certainly miss all of your smiling faces, kids, at Crockett each morning. And we are looking forward to getting back into a routine where you're back on campus, where we're back on campus, and we're able to resume school as normal. But until then, we do want to provide an educational opportunity for all of you guys as best as we can. And parents, I think I speak on behalf of the staff, and we hope that as we walk through this journey together, that we can be supportive of each other. And definitely we are here to help and support you guys, not just your kids, but you as parents, as we begin this new venture. Typically, we start off our announcements where we say, "Good morning, Crockett Elementary." We are so glad that you are here today, and we let our teachers do our Ready to Learn check. So, parents, you may be able to ask your students kind of what that means. That Ready to Learn check is where the teachers make sure the students have come up from breakfast or they've come up from the gym and they've gotten their supplies and they're ready to go to begin the day. And so they do their Ready to Learn check. Then we typically stand up and do our pledges and our moment of silence, which we will be posting that in a separate video so that you can just click on that on our Facebook page each morning or afternoon or even evening. We definitely encourage you to still do the pledges and the moment of silence. Our students are kind of used to doing that every day, and so we'll have just a different video. You can click on that, or feel free to lead your entire family of students in the United States Pledge, and then the Texas Pledge, and then the moment of silence. After that, we normally do our announcements for the day, including our cafeteria menu. Obviously, we won't be doing that in the video, but another thing that we do each morning is we recognize student birthdays and staff birthdays. So we still want to do that so that you can see that, even if it's through a video announcement. I think that Miss Coyle had done the announcements at the end of before we left for spring break, and all birthdays through spring break. So I'm going to announce the student birthdays for this past week when we would have normally returned back to school. And then we'll just kind of go from there. And then each video after this will have that day's birthdays. It looks like we had several birthdays this past week, starting with Sydney Beck in Miss Manning's class. Had a birthday, Kason Flores and Miss Jennings, and Gavin Jimenez and Miss Carpenter's. Jonathan Ramirez in Miss Maloney's, and Alyssa Hollis in Mr. Harris's class all had birthdays last week, along with Colin Noble in Miss Vincent's class. And then just this past weekend, Nalia Cameron and Emmeline McLemore. Nalia's in Miss Sparks' class, and Emmeline's in Miss Swartz's first grade class. So they all celebrated birthdays this past week and this past weekend. So happy birthday to you guys. If whenever you're back on campus, make sure give us a big high five, and we'll tell you happy belated birthday when we see you back on campus. We also do our staff birthdays, and so last week that includes kind of our teachers, our aides, and in this case, this past week, our nurse, Miss Coons, celebrated her birthday. So happy birthday to Miss Coons. She helps take care of and make sure that we're all safe here when we're at Crockett, whether it's a bump or a bruise or a scrape. Again, happy birthday to Miss Coons. And basically what we will continue to do along with the birthdays is make a few announcements each morning. Again, put it on Facebook. That way, if you're not able to see it right when we post it, you can see it later during the day. The biggest announcement probably for parents and students right now is, where do I find exactly what I'm doing? This is a new thing. This is this at-home learning. It's something that's unprecedented, never been done, before in WFISD. your teachers, and hopefully when they talked to you last week, they kind of talked about Google Classrooms and a classroom code that you can go on and access some curriculum. And definitely as we work through this week and they make a couple of contacts with you and your child this week, they may be able to help you with that as far as how to access that. If nothing else, you can access the curriculum through our website, wfisd.net, or even our campus webpage, wfisd.net. /Crockett, and there's COVID-19 resources, and you just click on that and there's a bunch of links embedded. If you go to School at Home, it will basically show you the curriculum by grade level. You can click on your child's grade level, and it has a weekly planner. The weekly planner, it has some times listed out specifically next to it. Again, you're not tied to those. We know that your schedule may look different than what it does for a normal school day. That just kind of is a general parameter that you can use or share with your child about exactly how the school day looks. Within there, you'll see the breakup by subjects and lots of things that say choice boards. Those choice boards are giving some flexibility where it may say do 3 of these off the choice board, 3 of these activities in the week, or do 1 of these activities each day. Again, there may be 10 activities and you're asked to do 3. If you want to do all 10, that's perfectly fine, but we're also cognizant that there's lots of moving parts in this, and there's different schedules, and again too, so there's a minimum expectation. But certainly students, if you're going through there and you really love math and you've gotten your 3 activities done and you want to do 2 or 3 more, you are more than welcome to do that. And your teachers will kind of be in conversation with you about that. We just want to make sure basically this first week that everybody's okay, that we've checked in, that this is a new normal for us for at least the next few weeks, and that you have access to that curriculum. My email is jsthomas@wfisd.net. If you have any questions or concerns, email me. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can, and we will continue to post videos hopefully each morning with our morning announcements, or in place of our morning announcements that we normally do on campus. Again, we would much rather you be on campus and be back to our regular routine, but at the same time, we do appreciate the fact that we're able to still have school, even if it looks a little bit different. So again, whether you're a kindergartner all through a 5th grader, I want to say hello on behalf of the staff. I want to say hello. We miss your smiling faces. We can't wait till you're back in the building. But until then, check back on our Facebook page. We'll have some other announcements besides just the morning announcements and the pledges and the separate videos, so that again, we can kind of make contact with you guys. If you are using the digital platform and you've already got a Chromebook or a student device, that's great. If you don't, keep in mind that this afternoon, Monday, 1 to 3, we are still doing pickup for the Chromebook student devices there on campus outside the gym. If you requested the paper copies, we will be putting those packets together. The PDF forms have come in from the district, and so we'll put those packets together over the next couple of days, and then Durham Transportation is actually picking those up from the campuses Wednesday afternoon about 3 o'clock. And so once they pick those up, they are going to do at-home delivery for the paper copies. Again, these planners are done at weeks at a time, so that weekly planner was for the entire first week. So even if you don't get the paper copies until Wednesday evening, you will still have some time, to be able to work through those activities and do some flexibility. And again, we're kind of cognizant of that, this first week is more about getting those in place, seeing what the day looks like, whether it's the digital platform or the paper copies. And a lot of those expectations are the same on the paper side as they would be for the digital side. Again, that's probably all I've got for now. Tomorrow we'll do this again, maybe a more condensed version of the announcements, and we will talk to you soon.